I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to, as you can see, uh, I am currently in my development directory. As you can see, that's and that. If you ls, you see this Btrust. That is the test. So if you cd into it, you can see this. I've already done it. If you go here and see this, have you seen? I've completed the job. I'm coming. Let's check out. Have you seen? This might. Auto grid reporter. Sorry, that is what we need. So if you check, you see my total points are 11. My max points here are also 11. It's also 11. If you check it, there are two tests that you need to pass. Build, which is just test score 1. The max test score is also 1. Then expect only one failed test, which is 10. And then the max score is also 10. So in total, you have 11 over 11. As you can see, mine is 11 over 11. And then, as you can see here, total points for expect only one failure. You can see that it's 10 over 10. So, and as you can see, grand total test pass 2 over 2. So, points 11 over 11. So, that is what you are supposed to get from the test. As you can see, it's just straightforward and simple. Yes, so I tried redoing it. If you check this, if you check the gate status, sorry. If you check the sorry, Btrust, then you go to Bitcoin Core test, the test, you see money. So if you get the git status here, you will see no, sorry, git log. Yes, I edited something, of course. This is the test that failed. Feature block.py test fails. As you can see, even though I pushed it, but I edited it again. That is why you are seeing this. So all in all, we are going to go back. I'm going to do this all over again. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to make a directory and I call it Btrust start. Btrust start tutorials, right? Okay. So obviously now we have Btrust stats. So we go to Btrust stats, go into it. Then immediately you can this is quite straightforward. You can just do it anyhow you want, but you know, I'm just going through it step by step, such that no matter how novice you are, you'll be able to comprehend what I'm trying to do. So git clone this. So I've already cloned this, but I'm going to clone it again, like I said. So it is cloning. If I have the opportunity, I will try to edit the video to remove all unnecessary time delays and whatsoever, because my network is even so bad. So 11%. I tried to use Filmora to download the Filmora setup and edit the video, but it's taking quite some time. My network, like I said, my network is not that great. Over here, my network has always been poor, I guess. Okay. Okay, I'm going to so this is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be doing until it goes through. Okay, let me check on this real quick. Can I edit a video with a third party application on a Mac? Okay. Okay, so I'm done with the cloning. Okay, so when you go back in reality, if you cd again, if you check inside, you see that I've just finished cloning, so I can just cd into it. Bitcoin core test, the test you see Monero. So if I ls, you see that there's a Bitcoin, there's a readme file. So this is a readme. This is a readme file. I can check it out, but this is a readme. So you can, I can, and this is just for the script for the CI/CD that they are using over there to evaluate it. So I can just cd into the Bitcoin, and if I ls, you see that there is a CMake and there's a doc, but you can see that there's no build file, there's no build folder here, and we are going to create that build folder. I can cd like that into doc, then I ls it, and then you see that there is build osx.md markdown, build -unix.md again a markdown, then build windows msvc. This is for Windows Visual Studio, Microsoft is Visual Studio, then this is just for Windows, I think the binary street. So since I'm starting from grassroots and I am on a Mac, as you can see, so I'll just nano build osx.md. If you don't understand anything, just follow the steps, as you can see. So this will provide you guidelines on how to set up the Bitcoin core. If you check it, say that build Bitcoin core from the included source code, then run the functional test. So what we are trying to do is to build this Bitcoin core from the included source code. This is the included source code, so that is what we cd into, and I just use Control X to exit it. I just use Control X to exit it. So if you, I'm coming this one, if I make a mistake and I just do this and I try to exit, you can see that say modified buffer. If I do yes by click on this and then that's capital Y, then I press enter, it will not, because I was in permission denied. As you can see here, permission denied here. That's because I didn't start with sudo. So if I go again, Control X, then N, have seen it exited without saving. But if I had done that sudo like nano build osx.md, then I wouldn't have had that problem. I'm just trying to get into as many errors as frequently encountered errors that you might face with as much as possible, reducing the time that you take to do it. It's not anything difficult. So So like I said, we are inside the Bitcoin. Obviously, let me go back. Obviously, we are inside the Bitcoin. If you do this, I was in Bitcoin. So this is the Bitcoin folder. This is the Bitcoin source, included source code. So this is the Bitcoin included source code. So if I cd into the Bitcoin and then cd into the doc, then nano my way into the build osx.md. So I will have all my guidelines to installing Bitcoin from source. So as you can see, and then you can see that this is bash. So this is meant for the terminal. So they are telling you where you can locate the terminal inside applications, utilities, then terminal app, of course. So and then since I'm on a Mac, if you check it, you find it exactly there. Just applications dot utilities, right? I'll tell you. If you like terminal dot in terminal, so you can just double click it. And again, like I said, all these things are not things that I have to tell you, but I'm just trying to tell, like, it's nothing complex. They're just telling you that you should just use bash, which is your terminal, to just install it. So I have command Xcode command line tools already installed, because you can virtually never program on a Mac without Xcode tools. So moving on, so that's the first step. As you can see, step one. I was in step one, Xcode command line tools. Over there, Xcode command line tools. So this is the description that there is purpose inside the entire Bitcoin source running. So to install, run the following command from your terminal. So Xcode select install. So this will install the Xcode command line tools. So if you install Homebrew, your package manager. That's the package manager I'm using. You can use any package manager that you are comfortable with. Just tweak the name, whatever the commands that are there to suit your package manager. And then when you are done, you can move to the third step, which is installing the required dependencies. Now, if you come here, we are about to use Brew, that's Homebrew, the package manager I'm using again, and the default for the Bitcoin source code. I can just come here and then create another new window. This will then side by side. Okay, I'm coming. Let me. I'm trying to make it. Okay, so I hope you can see from here. So I'm going to copy this and then place it here. I've already installed all of these, but I'm just going to do that so that you see how it's done. Okay, so I just press enter. So it is loading all the I'm wasting my bundle virtually. It will download it and then see, oh, you have already installed it. Warning, this already installed. Everything. Warning, treating a CMake as a formula for the cask. Use Homebrew cask CMake or specify the cask flag to. So this is select this message. Use the formula flag blah 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 CMake 3.3 is already installed and up to date. To reinstall, do the same thing. This goes for boost also. So if you check it, I'm installing multiple packages: CMake, boost, then the package config, then the lib event. And if you check, all of them are there: CMake, boost, package config, and then lib event. So since I have them, so I'm done with the step 3. I'm on the step 3. So I go to step 4, which tells me that I should already have Git. Definitely Mac already has Git. I'm going to, after the video, I'm going to talk about the Windows subsystem for Linux. Okay, the Windows subsystem for Linux. I'm going to talk about it, but for now, let's focus on this. Mac, of course, have you seen? So that means I already have Git installed. I can just do Git init, then I have the entire. For example, I can just do sudo make directory, then I'll create any directory, then I will just test Git out. From the beginning of the video, you can see that I already have Git installed. So this is where you again bash, which means our terminal, right? So this is where you clone Git into wherever directory they want to clone it into. And then if you remember, mine is here, then then Btrust, that's then CD Bitcoin quarters, the tests, then you see money, then let's listen to Bitcoin. So I already have this because this is that. This will give you that, but when we first cloned it from the beginning, we already had a Bitcoin, so there's no need for us to go here because we already have that. So if we go down, these are, as they say, optional web parameters. Now these are for those who really want to run a Bitcoin node, and by default macOS has a SQLite, so macOS ships with a usable SQLite package, meaning you don't need to install anything. So, and basically, this is for a legacy wallet support. Then GUI-Qt, then QR encode. Now, all of these are steps. Okay, all of these are steps. This is a step. This is a step. And then if you go up, this is also a step. You see, but because we are not building a full node, we don't really need to worry ourselves about these steps. But like I said, they are optional. These ones are optional. This is why the option stops, I believe. This is a ZMQ, this dependency. If you do not install this, you have an error before you are able to test the functional. You're able to run the functional test. So you need to install this. Let me see if I have it. I will just ask Brew for it. Just ask Brew for it. Come on. As you can see, it has been installed. So like I said, I have all the things installed already. So, and then I just installed them just by running the commands here. That's all, step by step. That's all. There's nothing listen about it. So, and then Python too. Of course, I have Python installed. So, So here, this is where we build the this thing. We build the Bitcoin source code. Like I said, they say build Bitcoin core from the included source code. So this is where we build the Bitcoin source code. So we can go, if you ls it, you see that you have CMake. What is it? How is it? So this is where we invoke CMake to build it for us. But we have to, if you check it, we are also building as little as possible. They say, if you check it, they'll tell you that here, after you go into the Bitcoin, you just build this up. You need to do a different. You need to build this this app as to turn off like things like GUI. I think this is Berkeley. This is database, I believe. Berkeley database. Then batch of how is it? We have configured a lot of stuff to be off. You see, said that we don't need the wallet, we don't need transactions, we don't need this, we don't need that. You see, so if we copy this, and I want to show you something, depending on where you installed your leap event, this might fail or this might work out. I'm coming. Yeah. So this might take some time. Now this is what I was talking about. Obviously, because of where I installed lib events, the Bitcoin distro couldn't find it. So it's like I said, obviously it's required is at least version 2.1.8, and if you remember clearly, have you seen where it is? Mine is 2.1.12, and they say 2.1.8 or newer, so mine is definitely qualified. It should be compatible, but the reason why it's failing is because it cannot find it. So that means I need a different what will I say? Come on, let me see if I have the entire thing. Good. Obviously now this is what I need. How say I do this is the CMake, the configuration, CMake prefix part, user local seller live event 2.2.12-1. So if I use this now, it should compile successfully. It should build successfully. It's configured, so it's building it. My computer is facing I think they call it thermal throttling, right? When the computer is so hot that it starts performing slower. I've been using it, I refuse to off it, so it might be facing thermal throttling. So as you can see, it has finished building successfully. Build files returned to everything. Build files have been written to users/MacBook Pro/development/Btrust tat/Bitcoin core test the test using Muniru/Bitcoin/build. So have the /Bitcoin/build. So that means if I ls this, I should see a build folder. Obviously does it. And then if you go into it, you see the entire build. CMake files. So I've built, so we are finished with this, right? It left with us to compile the build. We can use this, and then of course, because I'm on a Mac again, and then probably on a Linux subsystem on Windows, you can do the same thing. You have to do the same thing. Now all these tests have to pass. All these this build has to finish. it has to successfully finish. Like everything, like everything has to finish. Depending on the speed of your machine and the kind of program that you have on it running at the background. I have a lot of programs at the background, so my machine is quite slow. But this is a Core i9. This is a Core i9 2019. Okay, it finished the compilation. It has linked this here, the executable for Bitcoin D and then the executable for Bitcoin CLI. So if we go back to this, if we go back here, we are done here. So the next thing is, as they highlighted, we have to run all the functional tests and the all tests should pass. Run all the functional tests, all tests should pass. So we are in the second the second instruction, which is just this. This is just straightforward, right? We don't need to do any thinking. Now this test will also last some time, so I'm going to, depending on how fast your machine is, and like I said, I'm facing thermal throttling, so I'm going to just jump to the end of the video, okay? I'm going to start the functional test. So all I need to do is just to go here and copy this up. I've already copied this. Copy it again and sudo this, then start it. So this will go on, but because of time obviously I'm going to end it because of time, to make sure that we don't waste a lot of time. The tests are still performed. These are the functional tests, so they're still performing. Passed. You can okay, this is the last one. Last but one done. We don't have a failure yet, and we shouldn't, right? Because all the tests have to pass, and as you can see, all passed. So so what we need to do is to choose a target test from the functional test directory. So I can open VS Code right now, and then if I do feed everything. So I'm currently in users MacBook Pro development, Btrust, which can call test the test is slash Bitcoin. So that's where I am. And then if I want to find, if I want to find the functional test, is going to be quite straightforward. And as you can see, the build test functional test runner.py. So I can go here, then add the folder to my workspace. Then you go here. Then if you remember, it is build test, then functional. So this is the functional test that we have. Then in here, then we have the test runner itself. But these are all the tests that the test runner has to run. So this is the folder that we are looking for. So you can find any one of these tests. Let me see. Fee estimation, file log, fast prune. You can find any one of these tests. Personally, I think I took this, but you can find any one of these tests. Just take in one of them, max upload, and just decide to just go over it, and just make any edit, logical edit that will make the test break. So proxy segwit. Like I said, I use this block. What is it? Block the feature, block the py, and then I look for just a single. I think it's a move tip. Yeah. So have you seen? Move the tip back to the previous block. So this, you have to do it an arbitrary block that you are looking for. So what I did was just to set this to 100, and because I haven't changed the permissions of this directory on a Mac, you need to provide this. So it's saved, right? So if I go back here and then I restart the test runner, you can use remember I edited the file so that one test would fail, like they said. Choose a target test, which we just chose by picking feature block.py, because this is a test. If you go down, you see that full block test. You see, so this if you click it, it's just a class with methods. So immediately I change. You can change this next block. You can change it and then edit it. Probably set this to 10 or something. It should work out. Everything it should break. You can change anything. I choose this update block, for example. You can change this. You can go to transaction instead of like block.256. You can change this to something else. Instead of 256, you can change it to 512 or 3 or whatever. This is a block, so you can just look for So I don't want to continuously go through it, but okay. There should be the same here. Test. Where is it? No, self dot block heights. As in blocks. Set of blocks. There's your blocks in the same here, which you can easily edit. You can easily edit this. The genesis starts from 0. You can edit all these. Next block, you can change this to whatever you want. The genesis hash, depending on the hash, you can change this hash to whatever hash that you want. Just an arbitrary string will do this. Coinbase transaction. That is it. So you can change whatever value that you want to put in here. You change this, like infinite number of changes that you can do just to make the test fail. That's just for only this. Even no, this one. Okay, we're even in block tools. No, if you good, so that reminds me. See where this particular function is created. Don't edit it outside of scope. It should be inside the test suite. Whatever function that you edit should be inside the test suite. Okay. So you can change whatever function that is in here, like these functions. You can just change them as you want. So when you are done, just 1 or 2 edits will make this thing not work out. That's all. Block time, you can change this into a fixed value. This can change this. I believe this is int hash. So you can change this to this is an integer, right? So you can change to any integer that you want. Block heights, genesis, solve the genesis hash equal to 0. You can change it to whatever you want. So this will make sure that the test fails. And I've already entered the password. So I'm rerunning the test to make sure that one fails, because I have one of the test suite should fail. One of the test suite should fail. This is it. Okay. Just one test should fail. This is what I was talking about. I was saying the feature block has failed. So my first test failed. So no test should fail again. All of them are now passing, but the feature block has failed. That's how you collaborate, right? If you check it, they will tell you that you push your branch up, blah blah blah. And modify the source code, decide that only one functional test failed. That's what we have just done. And then they will tell you commit your modified code and push your branch back to GitHub for automatic evaluation. So I'll just look at the branch so that you know. Oh, fuck. So I will say branch, then I will create tax branch. Tax. Okay, branch tax. Oh, fuck. So if I do git branch, you see, so git checkout. So I'm checking out a branch. Oh. Sorry. Now, what I can do is now, so I'm now going to commit. So I'm not going to commit the message, so I can say failed feature feature block.py test. Then I'll do git push. Then I can set up the upstream, then origin, then tags. So if I do this and I hit enter, because I've done it, I'm not going to do it again, but if you hit enter, you will see a change here. You see a change here that will be asking you to submit a PR. If you check mine, like I said, I'm already done with it. Pull request, you can check my pull, obviously. That's my PR, and I just push it up. So you just do this. So just do this git push dash u origin tags, and then you press enter. That's all. When you do that and you see the PR, you just come and compare and then pull this and request. Then you just add a simple. If I open the PR, you see the description. So this is the description that I sent, and then you can see one successful check, and then this branch has no conflict with the base branch, so everything is good and nice. So after a while, you see that this will appear. You see that this will appear. The auto grading will start because it says CIP. So that is it. And then if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. I'm always here. Okay.